and welcome back to the Advent series, and today is December 9th. When I was a kid, there was this optimism that the future was going to be bright. Everything was going to be better and we'd advance by leaps and bounds. And to a degree we have. Well, at least technologically speaking. But it seems in the process we screwed up royally. The giddy optimists you played with in the sandbox had become dour and determined to make life horrible for the rest of us. It seems like the kids who were control freaks back then haven't changed a bit. I mean, take away the tattoos, facial hair, numerous social justice causes, and the overly priced clothing. All you get is a child who refuses to let others take their turn and just want to hog it all. They've got the answers. Don't you dare question them. And when I think about it, were they the kids who sat in the back of class, forced to laugh at the jokes teacher made, felt that everyone around them was spreading rumors? So, a vindictive soul would make it their mission to ruin it for the rest of us by making things less funny, more dangerous, and quite poor. But that isn't to say that all I want to do is bash the kids of my generation. What I do want to say is that we spent our time trying to improve everything in the world. And while the aim is admirable, the process has become mired in nitpicking. My main gripe is how music, movies, and television have become. There's no humor in them. There's no soul. In the rush to become technologically advanced, we've relied on the power of digital tech to create art which, while good, lacks any substance. It's like those cereals that are brightly colored and look cool, but they're empty in calories. It's like songwriting has become generic and formulaic, which is sad because there were bands and musicians who used technology to create music, but there was something in them, a spark that reached into the soul. But today's musicians have all the talent but no soul. Their lyrics don't penetrate the veil because really, the veil is thick. And it goes back to my point about, us becoming humorless because we've turned into stodgy figures who've become calloused by all this perceived offense, from pronouns to perceived off-color jokes, that you get an individual who lives for the cause and nothing else. In short, you have a human being, but not a person. And try as you may to engage with them, it all goes back to the cause, and frankly, the cause isn't worth fighting, let alone talking about. So, how do you cater to a humorless audience? The artist is rather boxed in. You create works that are equally humorless and soulless and appeal to the feel-good factor after finishing a protest. You turn the screen into a pulpit where virtue signaling is a standard by which all others must follow. And the dialogue is bland and the jokes are inoffensive and ironic, which falls flat. The characters are not people but just models that are akin to Lego figures you move around on the board. Basically, there is no story, no interesting character, and dialogue that is akin to water cooler chat. That's why Mulaney fell flat on its face, because it was attempting to adapt Seinfeld to a millennial format, which was doomed to fail. You can't beat the original, and frankly, there is no point to appeal to humorless people, because they were never in to begin with, and even after breaking your spine, bending over backwards, they'll just walk away. In terms of politics and economics, sure. What happened 30 to 20 years ago, wasn't too ideal. But by comparison to today, you were able to get around and more and see the world without less of a danger. The politicians then were more pragmatic and were able to see the bigger picture, and they stood for something when needed. Even the crooked ones had more perspective than the supposedly virtuous ones of today. Again, politicians today are focused more on virtue signaling and have become so ideological to the point of abandoning the greater good. When did this happen? Why did it happen? I'm still trying to figure it out because it just seems to have happened so quickly that it passed us by. We have indeed descended into tribalism and refuse to see others who are not like us, who don't think like us, and will refuse to reach out. That's just sad. We're supposed to grow up and make the world better, but instead we're living in a world of children.